Hello and welcome to Last Month Right Now. I'm your host, Noah. Now, usually I like to brighten your day with the news of the world. This week I could have talked about the government shutdown, the really weird video Kevin Spacey put out, or this.
Promise not to complain about the weather because...
Wow, we're off to a great start this year, aren't we? But today, my friends, we investigate a conspiracy. Now, I'm not a big believer in stuff like this, but when I was presented with the evidence, I, as a good standing citizen of the United States, could not shy away. I feel it's my civic duty to share this information with you. Now, come a little closer. Today, we investigate the curse of the Little Rascals. You all remember the Little Rascals, right? Those little toddlers that found joy in stuff like running in circles. The original Little Rascals series, Our Gang, ran from 1922 to 1944 and is praised for showing black and white children playing together as equals. Now that's great. You gotta give them credit where credit's due, but seldom talked about is what happened behind the scenes. We're all familiar with the struggles the child actors have always had growing up. The kid that played Little Anakin, he's in a psych ward. Poor Lindsay Lohan lost all her freckles, and Macaulay Culkin will tell you he's normal now. He's not. He changed his middle name to his full name, so now he's just Macaulay Culkin. It's kind of weird, but it was like a whole Twitter thing. It's kind of funny though, honestly. I laughed when I first heard about it. The guy looks like he's seen something you can't unsee, which probably explains his name. Now imagine being a child actor in the Great Depression. People are being laid off left and right, and this guy, Hal Roach, decides to hire a dozen kids to film running in circles. I don't know, but it sounds a bit sus to me. As it turns out, the child actors employed in the series were severely underpaid, setting them all on dark paths. And get this, almost every original cast member's life ended with tragedy. Alfalfa, for instance, what a cute little kid, wouldn't want anything to happen to him. Well, after the show, little Carl Switzer spent years taking odd jobs as a bartender, a dog trainer, a hunting guide. Well, in 1959, he was shot following an argument over $50. Carl's little brother was also on the show for a number of years. It must be fun, right? Working with your older brother on a TV show. In 1967, he murdered his girlfriend and killed himself. Matthew Beard, who played Stymie, dropped out of high school and became a heroin addict and spent the remainder of his life in and out of prison. Norman Chubby Chaney's weight became a serious problem and weighed over 300 pounds at the time of his death at 18. Scotty Beckett slid into drug and alcohol abuse, and after a history of violence and 2 failed marriages, he killed himself at 38. William Laughlin, or Froggy, was killed by a truck while delivering newspapers at 16. In the 90s, Bobby Blake fell for a con artist hell-bent on having a child with a celebrity. Soon after the birth, he hired a hitman to kill her and then got away with it. Robert Bonedust Young fell asleep while smoking, setting his house on fire, and perished. In 2002, 87-year-old J. Pinky Smith was stabbed to death by a homeless man who then dumped the body in the desert. And that's just a handful. Over 24 others died tragic deaths before reaching the age of 50. And if that's not enough for you, wait for the icing on the cake. Even Pete the pup was poisoned by an unknown assailant. Now, if somebody poisoned my dog, they'd really regret it really fast. You gotta ask, though, what happened? One day you're running around in circles covered in mud. The next day you're living in a tent on Sunset Boulevard. Now, what's ironic about all this, as well as actors, were dying tragic deaths at young ages. Creator Hal Roach lived to be 100 years old. I guess the moral of the story is to be immoral. Stay in school, kids. That's it for this season of The Morning Show and Last Month Right Now. Shortest season we've had in a long time. I'm Noah for Last Month Right Now.
Hi, I'm Matt Keller, and I'm here to talk to you about a cause very near and dear to my heart. Every day, another big chungus is dying because you did not like this video and subscribe to the channel. So please, don't let another innocent chungai, is that the plural? Just like the video.